1000 sisters shock. Amy Slaton arrested again on drug charges. Officers in tears. Tammy speaks out. Hello everyone and welcome back to another intense update. This is Jennifer from 90 Day Insider, bringing you the latest developments, behind-the-scenes drama, and breaking news you don't want to miss. Let's dive right in. In a heartbreaking turn of events, 1000 sisters star Amy Slaton has been arrested once again. And this time the charges are even more serious than before. Just as fans believed Amy was reclaiming control of her life after a previous drug-related scandal, she has found herself in police custody for a second time. The charges: Amy was arrested on suspicion of possession of controlled substances with intent to distribute, reckless endangerment, and violation of probation. The incident unfolded late on a Friday night in July 2025 after a neighbor reported Amy's erratic behavior over several days. The scene: when police arrived at her Kentucky residence, they encountered a disturbing and emotional scene. Amy, reportedly disoriented and trembling, attempted to shut the door on responding officers. But drug paraphernalia visible through the doorway prompted police to obtain a search warrant. What they uncovered next shocked even seasoned law enforcement. Inside the home, officers discovered bags of marijuana, psychedelic mushrooms, unprescribed opioids, syringes, and packaging materials consistent with drug distribution. Even more concerning, Amy's two young sons, Gage 4, and Glenn 2, were asleep in the next room. Witnesses say several officers were brought to tears by the discovery. One had to step outside to compose himself before continuing with the arrest. Amy was reportedly sobbing uncontrollably, repeating the words, "Please don't take my babies." According to an EMT who responded to the scene, it wasn't just another arrest. It was watching a mother completely unravel in front of her children, and knowing we couldn't fix it. A devastating visual. Amy, barefoot and crying, her mascara smeared and chest heaving with sobs, was led away in handcuffs. The image of her breakdown quickly spread across the internet, becoming an unforgettable moment for fans of the show. Social media reactions. Hashtags like #JusticeForGage and #AmySlaton trended within hours. Online reactions were divided. Some expressed compassion, citing Amy's ongoing battle with mental health and trauma. Others were less forgiving. "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you don't deserve your kids," one user posted. The internet quickly turned into a battleground between empathy and outrage. Tammy Slaton speaks. But no reaction was more raw than that of Amy's sister, Tammy Slaton. In an upcoming episode of 1000 Sisters, a tearful Tammy is seen breaking down in a confessional, saying, "I don't know what to do anymore. Amy is my sister. I love her. But this might be the end of everything she's worked for. I'm scared, really scared, that her kids are going to grow up without their mama. And that's not something we can fix with hugs and apologies." Custody battle looms. Tammy reportedly attempted to obtain emergency custody of Amy's sons. However, sources confirm that Child Protective Services is currently conducting an investigation, and no custody decisions have been made yet. According to one insider, the future of those boys is truly uncertain right now. Second chance lost? Amy's 2025 arrest is especially devastating because she was already on probation from a previous drug conviction in 2024. At that time she had pled guilty, avoided jail, and was granted probation along with mandatory parenting classes and substance counseling. In her statement back then, Amy had said, "This was the wake-up call I needed." Now it seems that wake-up call may not have been enough. Stay tuned to 90 Day Insider for ongoing updates on Amy Slaton's legal case, Tammy's emotional response, and the uncertain future of Gage and Glenn. This is a developing story. Amy Slaton's fall from grace. Can the 1000 sisters star ever recover? "I'll never put my kids or myself in danger again." Those were Amy Slaton's words not long ago, words many believed, especially as she appeared to be turning her life around. She was attending therapy, focusing on her health and spending more quality time with her sons. For a while, it looked like the beloved star of 1000 Sisters was on a genuine path to redemption. But now that image is in shambles. Amy's recent arrest has thrown everything into question. Was her progress real, or just another illusion carefully crafted for the cameras? Behind the scenes, producers at TLC are reportedly in panic mode. With filming for Season 8 already underway, Amy's legal troubles have sent production into chaos. Some insiders claim network executives are seriously considering cutting her from the show entirely. Others argue that the raw, painful truth is exactly what 1000 LB Sisters was built on, and that fans deserve to see it. Either way, the stakes have never been higher. The shocking arrest. The incident unfolded in late 2024 during what was supposed to be a fun day out at the Tennessee Safari Park. Amy and her sons were enjoying the afternoon when a camel bit her arm. Yes, a camel. Police were called to respond to the bizarre emergency, but things quickly took a darker turn. Upon approaching Amy's vehicle, officers were overwhelmed by the smell of marijuana. A full search followed, revealing not only marijuana but also psychedelic mushrooms. Worse still, her young sons were in the car with her. Amy was arrested on the spot and taken into custody on charges of drug possession and child endangerment. The internet exploded. Within hours, Amy's mugshot was splashed across social media. Memes flooded Facebook groups. TikTok users reacted in real time, expressing everything from outrage to heartbreak. Fans who once celebrated her transformation now questioned who she really was behind the screen. The quirky, relatable, devoted mom viewers had grown to love had become the face of one of TLC's most devastating scandals. Legal fallout and emotional consequences. Amy eventually accepted a plea deal. She pleaded guilty to simple possession, and in exchange the child endangerment charges were dropped. Her sentence: 2 years of probation, parenting classes, community service, mandatory drug and alcohol evaluations, and a lifetime ban from the safari park. She may have avoided jail, but her reputation took a massive hit. A family in crisis. Perhaps the most heartbreaking aspect of the situation is what's at stake: Amy's children. With Child Protective Services now involved and a court date looming, the question is no longer just about her career. It's about whether she can prove she's fit to be a mother. Surprisingly, it's Tammy, once the more troubled of the Slaton sisters, who has stepped into a new role: protector. After her own health transformation and emotional growth, Tammy has emerged as a steadying force. According to one producer, she's taken a firm stance: "I won't let those boys get lost in this mess. Even if Amy can't fix this, I will." Tammy's rise as the responsible one only underscores the depth of Amy's fall. Is redemption still possible? This isn't just another celebrity scandal. It's a story about addiction, motherhood, mental health, and the heavy cost of fame. Amy Slaton has bounced back from setbacks before, but this time feels different. With her children's future hanging in the balance, there's no scripted storyline that can save her. The path to redemption, if it's even possible, will require more than tears, more than apologies, and far more than social media statements. It will take real change, real accountability, and a willingness to fight like never before. The world of 1000 LB Sisters is watching and wondering, can Amy Slaton come back from this? Or has she lost everything for good? Only time will tell. Amy Slaton's fall from grace. Redemption or ruin? Overnight, Amy Slaton's carefully constructed public image collapsed. Once hailed as a symbol of perseverance and redemption, she is now at the center of a very public scandal. No longer the underdog fans rooted for, Amy became the controversy. In the emotional trailer for Season 7 of 1000 LB Sisters, Amy appears visibly shaken, recounting the events that led to her arrest. With tears streaming down her face, she confesses, "I was scared *+. The camel bit me, my babies were crying, and then the cops came. Everything went downhill so fast." The quote was raw, heartbreaking, but not enough to repair the damage. Online opinions quickly split. Some fans defended her, citing the toll of mental health struggles, trauma, and mounting stress. Others weren't so forgiving. "You don't do shrooms with babies in the car," one commenter posted bluntly. "You don't get to play the victim here." But perhaps the most devastating reaction came from Amy's sister, Tammy Slaton, no stranger herself to addiction, health scares, and public scrutiny. Insiders say Tammy was furious when she learned of the arrest, allegedly screaming at Amy off camera, "You had everything, and you threw it all away." The anger didn't last. In one of the season's most gut-wrenching moments, Tammy breaks down in front of producers, admitting she's terrified Amy might lose custody of her children, or worse, lose herself entirely. That episode wasn't just reality TV gold. It was heartbreakingly real. Behind the scenes, a deeper struggle. Amy's personal challenges go far beyond what viewers have seen. Since her divorce, sources close to her report a steep decline in her mental health. Battling depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and profound isolation, Amy has struggled to balance fame, motherhood, financial instability, and relentless public scrutiny, all while trying to maintain the illusion that she was okay. Some believe the arrest wasn't a selfish act. It was a desperate cry for help. "She needs therapy, not prison," one fan wrote. "She's human. She cracked under the pressure." Still, the fallout has been significant. Executives at TLC are reportedly re-evaluating her future on the show. While Season 7 ratings have skyrocketed, the network is divided. Some argue she's now a liability. Others insist Amy's vulnerability and struggle are what make the show compelling, raw, real, and undeniably powerful. Legal consequences. In the aftermath of her September arrest at the Tennessee Safari Park, Amy Halterman, née Slaton, has pleaded guilty to 2 counts of drug possession. According to court documents reviewed by The Times, child endangerment and abuse charges were dismissed as part of a plea deal. On Thursday at the Crockett County Courthouse, Amy accepted guilt for possession of Schedule 1 and Schedule 6 drugs. She received a suspended sentence of 11 months and 29 days, with credit for time served. Terms of the plea deal require her to undergo a drug and alcohol assessment, complete parenting classes, pay $1,000 in fines, and have no contact with the Tennessee Safari Park. Amy's partner and co-defendant, Brian Levorn, accepted an identical plea agreement. In a statement to local news outlet WG, District Attorney General Frederick Agee commented, "This is the season of giving, and we understand that Amy Halterman and Brian Levorn are the pride and joy of the state of Kentucky. They will now be back in Kentucky for the holidays. Redemption or retreat? The question now is whether Amy Slaton can truly redeem herself. The odds aren't in her favor. Her reputation has taken a major hit. Her legal troubles aren't over. Her mental health is fragile. And perhaps most daunting of all, millions of people are watching her every move, waiting to see whether she climbs out of this or collapses under the weight. But Amy has something most reality stars lack: vulnerability. She's not hiding behind lawyers or polished statements. She's broken and she's showing it. That honesty, when paired with genuine accountability, could be what ultimately saves her. For Amy to reclaim her life and rebuild trust, it won't be enough to cry on camera. She'll need to show real, sustained change, fulfill her probation terms, stay clean, prioritize her children, and confront her mistakes head-on. And perhaps step away from the cameras for a while to heal away from the spotlight. Because Amy Slaton's story isn't over, not by a long shot. It won't be defined by a single arrest or one bad decision. It will be defined by what she chooses to do next. Will she rise from the ashes? Or will this be the end of her redemption arc? Only time will tell. But one thing's for certain: everyone will be watching. Amy Slaton arrested after shocking safari incident. Fans question her commitment to change. On September 2nd, Amy Halterman, née Slaton, and her boyfriend Brian Levorn were arrested following a bizarre and disturbing incident at the Tennessee Safari Park. The situation took a serious turn after Amy was reportedly bitten by a camel. When deputies arrived on the scene, they were immediately struck by suspicious odors coming from the couple's vehicle. Upon inspection, authorities discovered marijuana, psychedelic mushrooms, and 2 young children in the car, later confirmed to be Amy's sons, Gage and Glenn. The Crockett County Sheriff's Department confirmed that both Halterman and Levorn were arrested on suspicion of illegal possession of Schedule 1 and Schedule 6 substances, as well as child endangerment. They were booked into Crockett County Jail and released the next day. The children were placed in the custody of a family member, People reported. Amy, known for her role on 1000 LB Sisters, has faced a series of personal and legal struggles in recent years. Season 6 of the series premiered in early October, and while Season 7 has not yet been officially confirmed, the arrest has cast a shadow over her return. Amy's life took a dramatic turn after her 2023 divorce from Michael Halterman. While the end of her marriage was supposed to be a fresh start, things only grew more chaotic. Though she initially focused on raising her children, Amy quickly found herself overwhelmed by ongoing family drama. much of it centered on her sister Tammy's health and her own declining mental state. Viewers watched her unravel emotionally throughout season 6, with signs of instability becoming more visible. Her arrest for drug possession and child endangerment during what was supposed to be a family outing exposed a darker side of Amy's personal life, one largely hidden from the cameras. After sustaining a camel bite and seeking emergency medical help, Amy was detained by law enforcement. Though she was released after posting a $10,000 bond, she still had to face the court. Ultimately, Amy pleaded guilty to the charges, accepting responsibility in a legal sense. However, many fans and family members believe she hasn't truly reckoned with her actions. On the show, Amy has appeared dismissive of the severity of her situation. Though she's complied with court mandates, she's shown little emotional engagement or remorse, which has alarmed her loved ones. In recent episodes, Amy's behavior has raised red flags. Rather than addressing her challenges head-on, she seems to be ignoring them altogether, pushing forward without reflection or change. Even after her family staged an intervention to express their concern, Amy showed little interest in confronting the reality of her situation. Despite everything, Amy is still in a relationship with Brian Laverne. The couple recently announced their engagement, although many are skeptical about the timing given the turbulence surrounding Amy's life. With so much uncertainty hanging over her future, both legally and personally, it remains to be seen whether Amy can truly make the changes she needs. As fans await news of 1000 LB Sisters Season 7, the question remains, is Amy ready to turn her life around, or is she headed for another breakdown? Amy Slaton's fast-paced relationship with Brian raises concerns among family and fans. While still appearing on 1000 LB Sisters, Amy Slaton's new relationship with Brian has already become a source of concern for both her family and longtime fans. Their romance has progressed at an unusually rapid pace, sparking speculation that Amy may be overlooking the emotional fallout from her previous marriage and the postpartum depression she experienced after the birth of her second son. Before meeting Brian, Amy was visibly struggling with her mental health. Her swift transition into a new relationship seemed to lift her spirits, but for many observers, that shift appeared more like an emotional escape than genuine healing. Typically, jumping into a serious relationship immediately after such personal turmoil can be a troubling sign. As their relationship unfolded, Amy and Brian began sharing more of their story, both on 1000 LB Sisters and across social media platforms. After only a few months of dating, the couple became engaged. The proposal, which took place at a haunted house with Amy's sister Tammy and her girlfriend in attendance, was captured on camera and portrayed as a sweet moment. However, for those closest to Amy, the speed of the engagement was a major red flag. Given everything Amy has endured recently, including her ongoing legal issues and the responsibilities of motherhood, many are questioning whether she's truly in a position to enter a new commitment so quickly. Critics worry that she's not taking the necessary time to reflect, heal, and move forward at a healthy pace. Despite the concerns, Amy continues to be active on social media. She shared a heartfelt Mother's Day post, reaffirming her bond with her children. However, with legal challenges looming, many remain unsure about her ability to maintain custody long-term. Amy's journey continues to unfold in real time, and as viewers watch her navigate this new chapter, only time will tell whether her relationship with Brian will bring stability or further complications. Amy Halterman slammed for charging fans wild prices at meet-and-greet event. Reality TV personality Amy Halterman, best known for her role on TLC's 1000 LB Sisters, is facing backlash after announcing hefty fees for an upcoming fan event. The 37-year-old, who rose to fame alongside her sister Tammy Slaton by documenting their weight loss journey, recently promoted a September 2025 social media influencer meet-and-greet set to take place in Kentucky. But the announcement didn't go over well with everyone. According to Halterman's Instagram post, fans attending the event can expect to pay $20, 30 Australian dollars, for a selfie with the star and an additional $30, 46 Australian dollars, for an autograph. The pricing sparked immediate controversy online. Many of Amy's 1.3 million followers were quick to voice their disapproval, calling the fees ridiculous and greedy. One follower labeled the move gross behavior, while another simply commented, "This is wild to me." Others expressed disappointment over what they felt was a shift in Amy's values. "I remember your first meet and greet with Tammy. It was about the fans back then. What happened to being humble and gracious?" one fan lamented. Despite the criticism, not all responses were negative. Some fans jumped to Amy's defense, noting that charging for photos and autographs is standard practice in the celebrity world. "This is how they earn a living. It's a job like any other," one supporter commented. "People aren't being forced to pay. If you don't want to, don't go." While Amy may not be Hollywood royalty, she's far from the only public figure to charge for access. From paid appearances to personalized cameo videos, fan engagement has become a significant revenue stream for many entertainers, regardless of their level of fame. Take Star Wars icon Mark Hamill, for example. In June 2025, fans were stunned to learn the 73-year-old actor was charging $400 for a signed 8x10 photo, $500 for a premium signature, and $700 for an autograph package. The reaction was swift, with many calling the prices sickening, though some suggested it may have been a strategy to manage crowd sizes. Amy's meet and greet may pale in comparison to those numbers, but it still raises a larger question. How much is too much to meet your favorite celebrity? According to a 9Honey reader survey, answers vary wildly. One group of friends admitted to spending $923 on a personalized video from Harry Potter actor Tom Felton as a wedding gift. Split between 3 people, they said it was worth it for a devoted Dramione fan. Another fan paid $80 in 2014 to meet a supporting actor from The Hobbit, which included a photo and autograph. "Teenage me was thrilled," she recalled, even though she can no longer remember the actor's name. One reader considered spending $3,850 for a Barry Manilow meet and greet and concert package. "It's for charity, but that's a bit much," they said, adding they'd have to cap it at $1,000. And finally, one Swiftie confessed they'd happily pay an obscene amount to meet Taylor Swift, if she ever allowed it. As for Amy Halterman, she may be facing criticism now, but it's clear there's still an audience willing to pay for a personal moment with the reality star, whether others like it or not. Hello lovely viewers. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this update on Amy Slaton and want more stories from 1000lb Sisters, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay well and stay inspired.